All right, here we go. So, yeah, we still haven't figured out where that final bomb is, have we? So, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we are going to find it on this other branch. Should be... Okay, this is going to take us through the intro again. Sure, okay. Come on. Yeah, it's the last thing we're looking for, I think. Well, no, it's not. We need the final bomb, and we need the other computer. So, yeah. Which makes me very curious to where it actually shows up. Hopefully over here. So we allied with her, so we need to betray her this time, which, gotta say, not looking forward to. Let's go. Who would have thought we'd have to betray her again, right?
Until polling closes.
All right, hit the start button. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
And we did all this. We look outside, Luna's standing right there.
Eight, 7, 6, 5,
Why are you...
4.
And I trust him.
Okay, why you had to stop me there? All right, betray. I don't like doing it, but we got to do it. Luna, where's Luna? She gone. I leapt out of the door and ran toward the AB room. I thought she'd entered, but nothing. She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
She never went in. Then... there it was. No, she didn't take it?
That doesn't make sense. Why would she show up just when we're about to vote? There was no reason for her to come here if she was just going to default.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Right,
Yeah.
the results. Let's go take a look. Also, that does look like a very interesting game, Starhorn. So I wonder what we do
Points
now.
have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
We're gonna go run into Luna and she's gonna
Since
strangle
Luna
us?
didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized.
Yep, and they died. Well, they were already
5
dead.
of them are dead already, and Quark's bracelet is off.
That means all those penalties are meaningless. And yeah, exactly. We know Luna doesn't try to leave, so I'm kind of curious how this branch is gonna go. Do we just get on the thing and leave this time?
Yeah.
We still don't know why Luna showed up, though. There's no reason to come here just to abstain.
I can only guess at her reasons, but I'm sure it was part of some plan.
Plan for what?
Who knows? So what do we do now? Whatever Luna's scheming, we still managed to get 9 BP. Do you want to leave?
No, we can't. We still don't know if Quark is safe. No way am I leaving before we find him.
I agree. I hoped you'd say that.
Is he gonna stay?
Of course. Let's get moving.
I still like Luna the best. Even though we know what she is, I like her more. She spun around and headed for the Scion door. I followed on her heels. wonder if this is going to be at all different. So far, not really. Okay. Shit. He's not here either. Do we just not find the treatment room this time?
This is the last room. Well, the last room we can get into.
Oh, did they not notice that door this time around? And we haven't seen Luna either.
Yeah.
Where the hell did she go? We were standing there trying to decide what to do next when we heard a familiar voice echo through the facility.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Ah, used Quark's bracelet.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Nice.
No, that's not possible.
Good luck getting back there in time, Fi. Well, me too, but still. But she only bit her lip and said nothing. Then all too soon it was over.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
What just happened? It's all over now, isn't it? We're stuck here forever.
We should go back to the Floor A warehouse. I need to know if the door actually opened or not.
Okay. With that, she was off. Yeah. With a sigh, I turned to follow. We can't just look at the door and tell if it was opened or not.
True, but the projection should tell us.
What? Status game finished. Result escape complete. Participant successful. Luna and Quark.
So it would seem.
Did Luna have another bracelet? To get 9? Why? How? Almost as if on cue, the screen flickered. And Zero Jr. appeared.
Well, well, well! Long time no Zero! Remember your old pal Zero?
Quark did, but Luna had 7 after the last sequence. Well, no, she had 5 after the last sequence.
I'm guessing somebody's hoping for an explanation about what the diddly-o just happened. Because we're such great friends, I decided to make an exception and descend from on high to give you the 4-1 run.
That's true, but the machine did still say, you know, she was successful, so
Aren't you happy?
But yeah, she could have left. Yeah, without the bracelet.
So what's this explanation you've got?
Well, let's start with little Quark. He was given an anesthetic that put him to sleep. While he was out, Luna carried him through to the other side of the number 9 door.
But how did she open the door?
With Quark's bracelet, you silly bunny. It was still in the infirmary. Remember? Luna just hopped over there and picked it up.
So I was right. Quark had 9 BP when the second round ended.
Yup.
But didn't he get penalized after the 3rd round?
Yes, he did. But a penalty can't take away your points. Just your life. The needles popped out and so on, but the points stayed the same.
So Luna took Quark to the door.
And since her bracelet was already off, she wouldn't have suffered the penalty.
No, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Oh, right. She's a golem.
All right. My tape is through.
Okay, well, I've got some questions for you, buddy.
Not you.
Well, good thing you guys don't have questions for V. That guy's a jerk.
This isn't the alphabet.
You must be feeling pretty good if you're able to jump around like that. I mean, 6 people just died here.
It's not really a big deal.
That's just how you humans are, after all.
So, as long as you make it, nothing else matters. Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
Don't screw with us.
It's cool. It's cool. I know you gotta act tough. I mean, you chose betray. That means you don't trust Luna, right? Figures. She's a golem. She might even be a murderer. That's why you were planning to leave her here and bone out, wasn't it? You see, it's all about you. Haven't you thought about how sad you've made Luna? Well, looks like my time here's just about all used up.
Wait, I still have questions for her.
I won't wait. I don't like waiting. I waited once, and some half-witted reptile got the better of me because of it. After that, I learned to make sure to value my time.
Tortoise and the hare.
Alrighty then. I'll see you when I see ya. Have a nice trader.
See, they want to make you feel bad. It's like, oh, you chose betray. It's like, yeah, well, we thought she was dead. Yes, we saw her before the door closed, but the betray ally thing doesn't make a bit of difference when she's not wearing her bracelet. So, yeah. I mean, even if she had picked it up and decided to use the bracelet, I highly doubt she would have been anybody to be dumb enough to like, oh, let me put it back on my wrist. For a few long moments, Fi and I just stared at the spot on the wall where Zero had disappeared. Where had Quark been? Who had given him an anesthetic and why? We had no idea who'd killed everyone, and Zero Senior's identity, as well as the purpose of the Nonary game, remained a mystery. As for our futures, what are we supposed to do now? Hadn't meant to say the words out loud, but there they were.
The tortoise won because he kept going even when it looked hopeless. I think we should do the same. We've got plenty of time after all. We'll give the dead the closest thing to a funeral we can manage. And when that's done, we'll start looking. Even if I never leave this place, I'll figure out why we were here. I swear it.
I mean, basically, Doc is happy. I looked at the fire in her eyes and nodded. If nothing else, at least we had a purpose. I'm sure somebody would have done that. Okay, so we've been down every path. Did we end up discovering the final bomb and I'm just forgetting? I mean, we'll go. Well, it says lock number 10 is done, so let's see. Oh, no. The dude doing the stream is not ready for a 9-hour stream, so... Suck on that, Dio, you arrogant son of a bitch. All right. Ah.
Sigma, wait! Where are you going?
Don't follow me. Go find the others.
Idiot! Do you really think I'd do that?
I could hear her following me, but there was no time to argue. Instead, I focused on my goal. There was still time. Let's go. Come on.
Here?
Yeah. Should be between these A-B rooms. What the? Good, I was right. How much time do we have left?
About a minute.
Shit.
Hurry!
I'm hurrying as fast as I can, damn it. The input device was plugged in. I was ready to go. Now I just had to enter the password. But what was the password? I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd already used up my third time charm. Still, I had to try. Shook my head and concentrated. Believe this would be... This is the zero bomb. We would have got it from the zero ending, right? Not the zero, the Dio ending. I believe this is the only one I haven't used yet. There it is. It stopped.
Yeah.
Fi and I crumpled to the ground. The adrenaline that had sustained us suddenly gone.
How did you know it was here? Did you see it in another history?
It's hard to explain. The short version is that Dio hid something here in another timeline. I guessed maybe he'd put the bomb here too. Ah.
Pretty good guess.
Gonna say, yeah, Luna didn't tell us where the bomb was and we didn't see it, but okay. Yeah.
Well, you did it. So, thanks.
Oh, I don't need any thanks. Just
what?
about that swimsuit you promised.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
Wrong history.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
We still got to go through the damn door.
This is bad. The white doors have opened. We need to hurry. Everyone else is waiting for us in the Floor B warehouse.
What about the swimsuit?
What the hell are you going on about? Just go!
Sigma needs to get his priorities straight. That's what he needs to do. Before I could protest, she turned and ran toward the magenta door. I sighed and headed off after her. I ran into the warehouse to find everyone else already there. They'd done as Fi asked and brought the 3 unconscious members of our party back to the doors. Fi and I shared a quick glance and headed over toward them. Kill Dio.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're safe.
So, did you disable the bombs?
Yeah, I could have done it in my sheep.
Don't you mean in your sleep?
That's what I thought he was saying.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, good job, you guys.
No need to thank me. In fact, I'd like you in particular, Clover, to go over there and bash your head up against that wall, please. Although, I mean, if you insist, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit time.
What? Huh? You're disgusting.
I mean, he kind of is.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
I mean, he is a fucking creep, let's be honest.
We need to hurry.
Everybody know who's in their group?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
set.
then let's move.
At Tenmyoshi's command, we broke off into our teams. Kay carried Pork on his back and dragged Dio along the floor and through the white door on the left. Clover and Luna carried Alice through the door on the right. And Tenmyoshi, Fi, and myself ran through the center door. I mean, that's true too, Stahor.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Clover's current costume, yeah, pretty much. Might as well be wearing a swimsuit.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Chromatic.
This game likes its damn countdowns, doesn't it? Countdown to unlock a door, countdown to go through a door, countdown to do the game. Like, good lord. You know, nothing bugs me as much, though, as Alice's costume. What the f... Okay, that kind of hurts my eyes. Yeah, what the hell? But yeah, nothing bugs me about Alice's costume as much as her costume at the end of the first game. that they show a picture of in this game. It's like, explain. There's nothing here.
Well, there are doors. The one we came in. And that one.
Yep, figures. Won't budge.
The plaque on the door just said Q.
Q, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Really? Now someone's just being a smartass.
Huh?
Nothing. Maybe the Q is for question.
Well, I guess it is a very questionable room.
There was a deck of cards here. Maybe the Q would be for Queen.
That's a quality guess right there.
Right. Well, we need to get out of here. Let's find a way to get the door open.
We also need to find the star keys. I've got enough BP to open the door, but you guys need to play the AB game some more.
Yeah.
We still need a few more points.
If we can get those star keys, we should be able to play the AB game as many times as we need to.
And the only people who should carry the cards into the room every time there's a trio, we pick the most trustworthy. That means, at this point, Fi, because she hasn't actually abandoned us. 2, Quark, and 3, Luna. Yeah, well, that doesn't really fly considering the outfit. Unless she was trying to throw him off. Or she was going to be like a themed stripper or something. She was going there for a party. 'Cause I really don't fucking know. Maybe if they were actually in Egypt, but you know, they were in the middle of Nevada. I don't think they would get the choice to pick who they pair with, though. Dog is happy. Like maybe they did the, you know, actually we haven't actually seen how the game works once all the puzzles are done. So maybe, actually, they might be able to pick who they pair with just randomly. Yeah. Maybe she worked in Vegas. Possibly. And there are some shows in Vegas I would imagine that would fit in with, so okay.
So,
It's just a matter of time until we get the points we need.
right.
Well, let's get started then.
Good.
Okay.
I swear to God, if any of these assholes are dumb enough to untie Dio and let him have any part of the AB game, I give up on them. They all fucking need to die. Okay. What are we supposed to do here? The room's empty. Wait, do you hear something? Huh. Well, how much you want to bet it has something to do with that? Guess we should go have a look. I think this cube is just floating here. How the hell is it doing that? Who knows? Can't tell just by looking at it. Why don't you touch it and see if anything happens? Ah, see. It feels like it. I do feel like this room, it being the final room of the game, is gonna be a bitch and a half. But I do feel like they're gonna want us to play Minesweeper. Have another look at it. The cube, look at it again. I know, I want to look at the other sides. The new music is nice. There are winning and losing panels on the wall. The cube can help you find the winning panels. When the winning panels, and only the winning panels, are highlighted in cyan, the system will activate. Here's how to find the winning panels. When you click a panel on the cube, it will display a number. Each surrounding panel will also display a number. This number indicates the number of winning panels that border each panel. Okay. The hint that appears on the cube is different for each side. Hypothetically, if the wall with the exit is the north wall, then the wall to the right of that would be the east wall, which would make the wall with the entrance the south wall, and the wall to the left of that would be the west wall. That would mean that a hint that appears on the west side would actually refer to the east side. A hint that appears on the north side would actually refer to the south wall, and a hint that appears on the east side would refer to the west wall. Oh my god. You want to make this any more fucking convoluted of an explanation game? Note 2. Adjacent walls don't provide hints for one another. Each hint is specific to that wall. That means that even if there are winning panels on the border with an adjacent wall, those panels will not be reflected in the initial panel's numbers. Note 3. There are a total of 8 puzzles hidden in the walls. Click the floor to view this message one more time. After that, it will be gone forever. Wow, that was just... That has got to be the worst description of a puzzle I have ever heard. Hey, that's all it is just they're just fucking with the player at this point. So clearly it's just this corner, right? Because if I click anywhere else... Yeah. So these? Maybe? Maybe this one up here too. Because this one's only bordering, so maybe it's here all the way down. Okay, it's only 4. Nah, I'm all right for now. Based on that description, though, I may actually want it later. Yeah, Stahor. For now, I'm gonna try it, but based on the explanation of how convoluted that shit sounded, I probably... I'm not gonna say probably, but there's a chance I'll want it. Whoa, what the hell? Interesting. So that's how this one works. It looks like there's more of them. We should keep looking. Wait. Can I? It's got some kind of weird patterns on it. Nothing happens if I touch them though. Something's missing. Like what? Are you gonna make me solve all of these? Let's do the doors first, shall we? Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. So these 3, maybe? No, that's wrong. I feel like it's just this one, yeah. Gonna work my way. Okay, we found something over here. Maybe? Fuck? All right. Then did I miss something over? Like, was there something on this side? Okay, I don't think so. Based on that first puzzle, it would have just been this. So yeah, never mind. Let's go diagonally. I found one, possibly two. So I think these three. We need at least one more though, don't we? Wait. Are there really? Okay, what I am gonna say is this puzzle isn't that difficult, but god damn, this room is getting crowded. I think this is the only one we haven't done. Watch, there ain't shit on this wall. Guess it's probably more efficient to go this way, huh? It really doesn't look like there's anything from the halfway point up. The hell? All right. Seems like it's almost this entire block here, but I don't think that's... How many of these are there? It's like, it seems almost like it's all of the bottom lines. I don't think it is, but I think it's definitely these. Oh, for fuck's sake, all these old puzzles. I was expecting more than 3. I am more than mildly lost. Do I have to... Please tell me I don't have to do the top and bottom. Yeah, I've played games that do this. Not this, but looks like 4 purple books. Let's go through each of them. What the? There's nothing written here, huh? I mean, all the pages are blank. Are the other books the same? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's nothing here. This one's blank too. The hell? Huh? Something wrong? Is there something in that one? No, the pages are all blank. It's just what? Well, there's some pictures put in between the pages back here. 3 of them, it looks like. Hey, X3105. You found a picture of a blue die, a picture of a green die, and a picture of a red die. Okay. Ah. That's right. You were planning on heading out to a fun trip, weren't you? Well, we got some shit to deal with the dice. Let's go straight to the dice one. Oh yeah, we're definitely at the let's fuck with the player stage. Let's give it a shot. Ah. That could be fun. I'm a big fan of road trips. Dog is happy. Shit, time to take some pictures. I can't say I can't say the same for that, X3105. I like taking trips, but I'm not a huge fan of flying. Something about I just don't like being in a confined space with that many people. Like, I know it's necessary, but I'd much rather drive places if I can. And unfortunately, I don't have the budget that lets me fly in those planes that have the little pods that I can just seal myself, well, not seal myself up completely, but isolate myself. Don't have the budget for that one. Okay. We appear to have the patterns. Ah, see, that makes a difference, X3105, yeah. That's better. Especially depending on the, what was it, the airline. A lot of them do have those really nice pods that I was talking about in the business or higher class. So yeah, nice. See, that I wouldn't mind so much. But for me, it's not just the people that make me not want to fly as much. It's one of the things I like about going on road trips is I like being able to go and explore. Like, I like being able to stop the car whenever the hell I want, get out, stretch, go do something, you know. Or if it's like, ooh, that looks interesting while I'm driving, I can stop and take a look. I don't know. Yeah, it's not really the claustrophobia. I don't really have claustrophobia in a plane. I do have some claustrophobia, for like in actual tight spaces. It doesn't affect me on a plane. The plane is more, I just don't like being, you know, in that size of a thing with that many people. I hate buses and trains for the same reason. Although trains, I can get around it if I take one of those, I don't know if there's I know there's equivalents outside the US, but in the US, like the Amtrak ones where I can actually get a, room to myself or room just for a small group of the people I'm traveling with. So, yeah. I know they're over there. The only ones in the US that have that option is like Amtrak. So I know outside the US they exist. It's just, I don't know what they're called. All right. Good God, this one's gonna hurt my brain. I don't. This one took for bloody ever. Has it? Oh, Jesus, yeah. Those are, yeah, holy crap. Well, it's degraded in that part, like the food and all that. However, some of the ones that I would like to fly in. So yeah, take a look at some of these. Because holy crap, I know, too insanely expensive, but I'd be okay flying like this, especially with the ones that have like the little cabin you can kind of close. Yeah. Like, honestly, if I were rich and I had the money to fly like that, that'd be the only way I'd fly. I think that gets the blue one where I need it, the first blue one where it needs to go. Okay. If I remember correctly, last time we did one of these dice puzzles, see, I've never seen one like that here, like when I take the, like if you take the Amtrak trains here, you basically get, let's see. I don't remember what the classes are called, but you get to basically sit in just general with everybody packed in. Slightly bigger seats if you move on up, and then there are private cars, not private cars, but private rooms where it's like, here's your own toilet, here's your own bed, you know. So yeah, to be fair, I don't travel, you know, by train very often. I only have like once or twice. Place I currently live, yeah, don't really have them. And it's funny, if I want to try to travel anywhere else in the country via one of the Amtrak things, and I and I try to go from where I live right now, it's like, yeah, here's the cost and everything. The first 3 to 4 hours of the trip is like, okay, we're gonna put you on a Greyhound bus, and that bus is gonna take your ass 3 to 4 hours away to the station where that train actually stops, and then you get to go. It's like, no. Just no. But yeah, like I was gonna say, with the dice, if I remember correctly, trying to do the two colors back to back is usually a super bad idea. End up in a situation where, you know, some of them are blocked by the others. So I'm sitting here trying to do this in my head rather than do it on the screen over and over and over and over again. That's all right, X3105. Enjoy your trip and your flight. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go with I'm gonna try alternating colors here. But yeah, I've had to fly, not recently, but I used to have a job that made me travel a lot. You know, specifically, you know, to Thailand and Korea. And I gotta say, my favorite airline that I've ever been on is Korean Air. Now, I'm sure there's better, mind you. I'm sure. Just saying the best one I went. And I will say, my job always gave us the options. Like, we're always going to send you business class. However, if you want, we don't care if you go to the airport and trade that ticket in for a cheaper one and pocket the extra cash. I did that once. Never, ever, ever again. Like, nope, I will actually... Yeah, it's like, I will actually take you up on the better seat, because then I won't get there to deal with our contractors on a, in an absolutely shitty mood, and then everybody's pissed all day. All right, where do I need to get that green one? Okay. Ah, got it. Had a feeling you could do it. I didn't. That's why I was staring at the screen for so long. Have a look at this. Hey, it opened. Yeah. Give me the fucking card. A blue memory card. Now, the next game I'm not a huge fan of because, well, it didn't go so well the first time. Let's go to the dart game. Are those missiles? They're darts. Yeah, we're on the last one. Although I actually don't think this is the true ending. I think this is I think this is Phi's ending, and then it'll throw us into a true ending. We'll see. Look over here. I think that's a green memory card. We can't get it out though. The glass is covering it. I think we can get some darts out though. All right. No, we don't have Phi's ending yet. Bunch of tiny sidewinders. Now, you know the ones they mount on the underside of fighter planes? Nope. These aren't missiles, they're darts. Okay. We don't have any points to aim for this time, though. Like, do I just throw the damn things? That's a dartboard. I remember seeing these before. Come on, who hasn't seen a dartboard before? No, that's not what I meant. I feel like I've seen it somewhere in this building before. Just this board is different from a normal dartboard, you know? Let's try it out. What do you mean try it out? Isn't that obvious? There's only two ways to use a dartboard. Either you use it to hold a pizza or you throw darts at it. What the hell, Fi? Got some darts, don't you, Sigma? Maybe you could try throwing them. Get a score of 100. Oh, okay. However, the first dart must land in green, second in blue, and the third in the red. Oh, okay. To throw a dart at a particular area, drag and then release the dart on the area where you'd like it to land. That's weird. Could have sworn I'd seen these darts before somewhere. Whatever. Time for some darts. Now they said, what, green? Blue and then red. Yeah, pretty sure that's not gonna work. Oh, right there. Here's the highest scoring red. That'd be right there. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. Okay, we'll do that one. I think I was right with these two. The red one. There we go. Yeah, piece of cake. You see that? My dart skills are undeniable. Yeah, I saw it quite clearly. It's very nice. You really think you had to stand the whole 2 meters and 37 centimeters away from the dartboard, though? I'm a fair man. My high school voted me most likely to be a judge, you know. All right. It's great and all, but look. See the display case? Thank you. Give me the memory card. I don't care about the dartboard. Give me the memory card. You sound like you're in a heist movie. Should I have worn a cat suit? Please don't. I think I just threw up a little. Besides, everybody in a heist movie wears a sweet suit. All right. What's left? Got this. Oh, we didn't even touch that shit. Okay. It's not open yet. Screen, huh? There's nothing on it. All right. Can't turn it on yet. Might as well leave it alone for now. Nothing. She basically left without us. Like, we came out of the room after we chose to betray her. She still hadn't voted. We went looking for Quark, and while we were looking for Quark, the number 9 door opened. We couldn't get back in time, and then we looked at the screen and it basically said Luna escaped with Quark. And then Zero popped up and told us, like the fucking rabbit thing, you know, told us what had happened. And Phi basically says, okay, well, let's, now that we don't have to try to get out and all that shit, even if it takes us the rest of our lives, basically, let's figure out what's in this facility and all that shit. So, and then it was game over, so nothing really happened other than we died. I want this. So yeah. Change the colors to the correct ones by clicking the hexagons and triangles. Remember that you only have 5 moves to complete this puzzle. Huh. I feel like I've done this before. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, I guess. What pattern am I aiming for? It looks like I'm trying to turn everything red down there, yeah. Let's change that. Yeah, that didn't work. No. Oh, I think I see it. Okay, never mind. Did I solve it? Yeah, that must be the answer. Is there a gold file in this room? There has to be. Hold on, before we do that, let's see if they're... Aha, there is a gold file. They're open. Well done. That was some good work, Sigma. It's actually pretty easy. Mm-hmm. It's a binder. Let's have a look. There's only a single piece of paper in here. It says Q Chamber Special AB Game. You have found instructions for the Q Chambers AB game. You can review it by visiting the archive. Okay. The AB game would be... There's a computer over here that I could see had the little slots in it for the cards right there. What the heck is this ridiculously huge thing? Screen down here. Looks like this is the only part you can actually interact with. But it's dark. There's nothing on it. There's some card slots underneath the screen. They look just like the ones on the polling machines in the AB rooms. So that means when you put some memory cards. Yep, like the one you got in your hand. One more. Would you look at that? Looks like you turned it on. Us, A and B are all pairs consisting of two people. C, D, and E are solos consisting of a single person. First, move the pairs A and B to the blanks areas on the left under pair. Next, move solos C, D, and E to the blank areas on the left over solo. You can move them by sliding the letter icons. A pair and a solo aligned vertically with verses between them will face off against one another in the AB game. You can still move icons even after you've placed them. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose the vote for the us pair, either ally or betray. The results of your match will be displayed along with the results from the other teams. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. I think that's what we'll figure out this time. Because, yeah, we didn't figure out the point of the second nonary game until the true ending as well. So... Oh, we should probably look at the instructions, huh? The other ones we got. Not what I want to do. 3 people will definitely choose ally. 3 people will definitely choose betray. 1 is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. First answer, strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. Second answer, must be the only ones to surpass 9. That's what I was actually going to aim for, was us being the only ones to get 9. Okay. I'm just seeing how the other ones vote. Because he allied. Okay. Okay. Yeah, right now I'm just taking notes on who does what. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, he got it though. That sucks. We got really close doing this last time. So let's go the first 2 rounds the exact same. So we should go. I'm actually gonna go with C here. I think if we ally, we should get it. No. Thought I did that. I thought my math was right, but I guess I wasn't. I guess I messed that one up. Okay. Oh, this is a bit different now because, yeah, he's the only one even capable of reaching 9 this time, and last time there were 3. Okay, I like that one. Okay. Yeah. Nice one. Looks like that was the answer. And yeah. Okay, so us being the only ones to get the number 9 password. I didn't even click on that screen. God damn it. There we go. We did it. This should get us in the safe. Okay, so this is gonna get us the gold file. Thank God they told me, though, that little note we got told me there were 2 answers to that puzzle, the 2 rounds, because, my God, I wouldn't even have known. Can you imagine if they didn't give you that? You'd go over and try all kinds of dark combinations. You'd fuck with the dice. Oh my God, that would have been a fucking nightmare. Same safe we've seen in the other rooms. Yep. Moonstar Moon. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Provided they have the same values, getting the next one should be fairly easy. Good job. You opened it. All right. Let's see what the final oh my God. Okay, Minkowski space. A way of describing reality that adds a 4th dimension of time to the 3 dimensions of space. It was described by German mathematician Hermann Minkowski and therefore bears his name. It's also the name of a ski resort for miniature cows. Good God. Hold on. Lagomorph. The scientific name for the order to which rabbits belong in Zero the Third's actual name. When they were split up at the red, blue, and green chromatic doors, Tenmyoji told Alice there was something he had to tell her. That something was, of course, his identity, and that he already knew all about Alice and Ice 9, and not because he'd heard about it from Clover. After the second round of the AB game, after going through the purple and green doors, Clover, as the solo, was heard to say the following to Tenmyoji, her opponent. What the heck did you mean with all that? It's not fair if you're telling the truth then. So, what had Tenmyoji said to her? The same thing he'd meant to say to Alice, of course. He told her who he was. That simple fact shook Clover's resolve and made her vote ally. It probably hadn't been his original intention to betray her, but after thinking about Quirk's safety, he'd probably felt he had no choice and picked betray. A can stand for after and B for before, but they can also stand for anima and body. Everything that happened in this facility was part of the AB project. So who was Phi? There are a few clues scattered throughout the story, but nothing conclusive. Perhaps the truth will be revealed at the Nevada test site. Here's a little something more about the bomb deactivation passwords. Those passwords, they aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one. I can only give you one hint, +1. Good luck. There's a lot more to the story, but I think we'll stop the secret archives here. Thank you for playing, and we hope you enjoyed the game. Okay. All right, back to the thing. Possibly, but I actually think they're talking about this facility. The place we're in is called the Nevada test site as well. They did a test Mars mission in a facility here. That's what this bunker was before it was used as a quarantine site, or actually I guess they said it's not a quarantine site. That depends, Stahor. Is there a spoilers? No, all right, then yeah, go for it. Okay. So, brother, free the soul, Myrmidons. I'm not quite sure I get what Crash Keys is. Like, the rest all makes sense because it's part of... You know, it's part of their little religion and all that. You know, Myrmidons, that's what... You know, that's what Dio was. Free the Soul is the parent organization of the Myrmidons. And Brother is the founder of all of them. Not quite sure about the other one. All right, where's that machine? I was just facing it. I got it. So, based on my notes, A and E like to betray. The C seems to be the one that's like a copy, like the mirror. And that would mean B or D and B or B and D, whatever. Ah, never mind the spoiler then. Thank you for that though. So if I do this one, and this one. Kind of messed up that I have to do this while trying to ally. It's pretty easy. If I do ally all 3 times and I go with C, it's easy getting me and C to 9. I don't see any way of getting A and E to 9. Let's try it again. Maybe I'm misreading something. Maybe I don't have to get everybody out, but that seems like I... 6, okay. I don't need to get everybody out. No, wait, I would. Oh, wait, no, that would be 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't need to get... Oh, okay, that makes things so much easier. Way to go. Good work. Yep. Could this be? Yep. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? That more Accelavir? Yes, it's open. Okay then, let's see what's in here. First off, 2 star keys. We can use these to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on, those keys are important, but look at this. Accelavir, the Radical 6 cure. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. I swear to God, if you only cure Alice and the kid without copying this repeatedly, I'm gonna smack you. I don't know how yet, but I'll find a way to smack you. Quark is gonna be okay. Is he crying? All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, you're right. The key should do the trick. They are just gonna cure the 2 people. Let's get moving. Like, are they just gonna imply that the rest of us just don't have it? I think I've seen something like this before. Maybe one of those exercise machines where you twist your hips around. No, I don't think so. This doesn't look like a fitness machine to me. Kind of ruins it when you take it so seriously. This is damn it. Can't remember. I don't see any buttons or anything, so might as well leave it alone for now. I feel like this is where I enter those other codes, though. Bastard, let me access it. Like, seriously, dog is happy. No, actually, unlock the damn door. Door's locked. It says lock. You guys ready? All set here. Go for it. All right, 3, 2. Oh, god damn you, Sigma. 2, 3. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1. I would be all right if someone just punched Sigma in the face right now. I really would.
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear
What?
something? You didn't hear it? It came from over here. It sounds like something turning on. See, I told you. This screen wasn't on before.
You're
Ooh,
right.
I got this information too. Oh, we got this. I didn't label what ending we got it from, this stuff, but we got it.
Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
Oh, I got it. That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. Come on. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Actually, this is not at all what I'm going to put in. Memento mori, remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun. Yeah, it's everywhere. We get it. Because we were given a password. Oh, of course. This was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Right there. It's her. No, it's not this. Like, I know the password. What I'm not positive about is the ID. Now, her ID that she wrote Jumpy Doll was the password on the back. So I'm going to assume her user ID would be the name that was on the front of the card, which was Kurashiki. Watch this be completely wrong. Hey! Like it was the name I wasn't sure on, the ID.
Sigma!
What's your problem, Fi?
Look!
Akane.
There it is.
Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away, he reached out.
She's a hologram.
Tenmyoji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan.
So here's hoping this true ending is only about an hour and a half long.
All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least.
Oh, I agree, Michael. The other questions are more important. Who is Zero? What the hell is your damn AB project? Yeah, nah, I mean, why we were brought here, I really don't give a shit at this point.
In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The Nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project?
You know, can I just say, if I were Tenmyoji, I'd be even more pissed now. This is like the second Nonary death game Akane's dragged his ass into. He didn't need to be in the first one. He didn't need to be in this one. This lady has dragged him into two of them now. Like, at this point, if he does have a reunion with her in another reality, the damn morphogenetic field should just tell him, you don't need to know, dude. Just punch her. Trust me. Just punch her in the face and walk away.
The answer to that is also simple.
Why we had to play the game? Yeah, there's that too.
Allow me to explain. We created the AV project for one purpose.
I like how she's like, the answer is simple. The answer is not going to be simple. We know it.
To transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
Probably. I just really hope it's not going to be 9 hours. Like last time we hit the true ending. Jesus Christ. It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer.
Are you telling me that's where Zero Jr. is? Somebody hand me a sledgehammer.
The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems.
Okay, never mind. I can't mess with it if the golems are in there. I don't want to mess with the golems. Zero Jr., okay, not the golems.
All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Well, it said she spent a couple decades here with the other dude while they were well, not decades, but she spent years here raising Kay with presumably Zero. Oh, how we name it. That's true. That is very true, Stahor. Yeah, knowing about it is fine. That's true, but yeah, she shouldn't have known the name.
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though.
That's true too, Stahor. Yeah, you got a point.
So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But, is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the 2 dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2,
Michael.
you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility?
And right around now, we turn around and see that Junpei is just shaking his head saying, "Fuck you, I'm walking out." He's just walking away, shaking his head like, nope, no, not doing this crap again.
I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Tenmyoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects. Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space.
Yeah, like seriously, poor Tenmyoji. It's like, okay, last time I got dragged into your bullshit, you know, there was a chance I was gonna die. I feared for my life. And then I ended up wasting the next 40, 50 years on your bullshit, trying to find you. Nah, screw that. At this point, Tenmyoji's like, you know what? I'm done. Just let me out of the facility. I'm gonna go back to the wasteland with Quark, live out the rest of my life, and then just give you the finger as I pass away. And if there is an afterlife and I meet you there, I'm gonna backhand you.
Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you've formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time.
Not at all. All of that would be completely justified for Tenmyoji.
It is on that 4th-dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before.
Yeah, the Radical Six.
Probably sounds silly to you.
Hopefully they get to that. Dog is happy.
A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma?
Yeah, most of them very, very unpleasant, lady, so I'm not really your biggest fan at the moment.
And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
Oh, you made him waste 50 goddamn years. Oh no, fuck you, Akane.
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life.
I'm sure he's regretting that right about now.
It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How can I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Phi and I were outsiders trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyoji's face was not hot with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up.
Lady, you haven't told us shit.
The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
And in the background, you just hear Tenmyoji. Bitch, I've been looking for 50 goddamn years. Let's just finish this now.
One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma, Phi, you will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji, I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day.
I promise.
It's more of a threat at this point, Akane.
But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Like at this point, all the crap she's put him through in both games, that's a threat. Oh, I'll see you again. No.
Wait. Akane!
There's the next trope. And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fist he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Vi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. Maybe the cat in the box in this one. Like they said, maybe it's the world in the box. Maybe the cat in the box is Radical 6. Like the population with Radical 6. Maybe that's why they wanted to send people back in time. Was to take the cure or knowledge of the cure or some shit back to stop Radical 6 before it starts. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way back to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. Oh, I swear to God, you have 2 bottles of Excelavir, but copy it. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark. Oh, you dumb motherfuckers. I gave Luna the Excelavir that I'd found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely.
Everybody in this room but Luna has Radical 6.
But they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
No
Don't
need to
sweat it.
thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered. Dio, where had he gone? Didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Fi, and Tenmyoji. I swear to God, if any of you assholes betray at this point, you should
No, I'll
vote.
let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Which we could have done that from the beginning.
Okay, I'll vote. You're sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Just vote ally. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
See, this is when you go back to the rec room and get the axe and just stand next to the screen and be like,
An
first
Ambidex
one of you
gate
bastards
has
that
been
betrays.
opened.
Just so you know, everybody just line up in front of this screen, and if I see a single betray,
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
screw that. Go in there, vote, and just take a nap for 45 minutes. God damn. Luna and Kay set off for the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something. The
What?
AB room on the left, in one of the other histories, she...
Other than these people just don't seem to want to kill all of a sudden. Oh yeah, you're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead?
Oh, Akane, if you're the cat, you are so fucking dead if you leave it up to me.
Sigma. Fine. You will decide its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet. The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't waiting, if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? What? Oh, okay. I was about to say, you bastard game. I forgot that it... Okay, okay. The past. Huh. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator, but
No, this is one of the AB rooms.
who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room? Dude, just give it a minute.
Damn, I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory. Oh, here it comes. It's kind of funny. 2/3 of his memory coming back are corpses. I remember. You're Phi. She grinned. When is
Check
this?
your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Doesn't mean this is the beginning of the game. We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room.
No. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do
Push
you
the
know?
buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Yeah, now use the aluminum foil. I agree. Let's get our asses to the crew quarters, grab the aluminum foil, and go put it on everybody's wrists. Except, grab the scalpel first so when Dio comes out of the fucking... Oh! Akane hasn't left the room yet. So maybe we can actually murder Dio first. We're not. We're gonna knock him out. But I'd like to murder Dio. Wait a minute. If you're
Yeah,
right.
Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her, I think. Right.
Then
We're here for one reason.
to stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here
Don't
fast.
need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Oh, son of a bitch. Can I just say I don't fucking remember this puzzle? You seriously gonna do this to me again? All right, well, grab everything. Password for the safe. Oh, okay. Thank God. Cool. I can just do this. I'm gonna try this first. Who knows? Now they said there's no more files, so moon. There, it's open. Damn, I meant key. What about the cracker? The hell? Just shut up and do it. No need to yell. All right, good. Looks like that worked. Ready? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask. Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and yes, hurry up. Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. Thank you, 5. Hey, you pushed the button. Fight me. You were taking too long. I agree, 5. I agree. We're on a schedule here. Trying to save a life, actually. Yeah. Games triggered you, Michael. Fine, I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane. Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit. There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. She about to do her, like, Superman jump. Fi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air.
He's fine. Just unconscious.
Lady, you were gonna hit him in the head or the neck from that far of a distance, running and jumping through the air. You basically drop kicked him in the head or neck. You fucking killed him. There is no way from all the way back there to here, you being that high in the air, that you knocked him the fuck out. I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up, grabbed the knife,
So
and
you came.
stabbed the bitch who's responsible for all of this.
I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait, just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much.
I honestly kind of regret saving you already.
I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes. Indeed, I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
That would be hilarious. Dog is happy. Just one timeline where we pick up the knife. Not this time, lady. And just stab her. What the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to. Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested.
Can you imagine the level of trauma you put this poor bastard through? How many corpses has he seen? He's lived through multiple explosions. He's lived through multiple, well, sorry, not lived through, but he died in multiple explosions. He's been betrayed by numerous people over and over and over and over again. He's been attacked. He's been knocked out. He's had his arm torn off. Granted, it was a cybernetic arm, but still. This dude is like basically his head's gonna be fucked for life after this.
I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
Everybody's? Over and over again?
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from a slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage.
You know, lady, you may have just created a, wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Nice, Stahor. This lady may have just created the first time traveling serial killer. Because Sigma's at the point where I think he might just jump to different timelines where Akane is still alive just to murder her in every timeline he can find her in.
In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Oh yeah, that too. I forgot about that. Yeah. Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes.
Oh, she kind of laughed at it that time. Bitch.
Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure?
What's that, Stahor? Yep. I know.
Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
I'm a fan of the show. Well, for the most part. I kind of stopped watching about halfway through the older dude who was playing the doctor.
Every single one of you has been infected.
Can't remember his name right now.
Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved.
And the PTSD kept getting worse.
Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. It really doesn't. You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact.
Yes.
Right? But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Thank you. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. Thank you for addressing it, Sigma. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Not my damn project. I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why. What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this, the rest of the world?
Ah, I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, you miserable, miserable piece of shit.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. Thank you, Sigma. That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Hey, can I see it for a second first? Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline. This
What?
is the way it has to be.
Bitch is gonna stab me.
Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Logomorph?
You called him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph. Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember.
Yeah, at this point, I would just want to jump through time numerous times with a bat and just beat the shit out of this person every time I see her. Actively seek her out. Get out of that room early every time just to take a bat upside her head.
Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the third AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our second or third time.
That would be hilarious. You can just imagine the look on Dio's face. He gets there, he starts creeping up on her to stab her, and you just come out of nowhere with a bat and just beat her to death, and then you just pick up the bracelet and be like, here you go. You imagine his reactions, like, what the fuck just happened?
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She pauses and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait, I still... Are you fucking kidding me, game? Are you fucking... Oh, God. Well, they did say there was a very strong one here, Stahor, which is why Clover couldn't use her abilities. I was thinking they were referring to Phi and us. Like, but it may very well have been her. Well, actually, she was dead the entire time, so... Yeah. Sure, let's jump again.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Hey, Junpei, you know Akane is a massive bitch, right? Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
You just wake up, look Tenmyoji deep in the, like, straight in his eyes and go, hey, dude, you can do so much better.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Phi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Huh. Yeah, I remember all right.
Or travel even further back in time to when, you know, they get out of the... Yeah, just tell him, hey, you can go through the morphogenetic field. Or just go back in time, find him as he's leaving the, leaving the other game when he's in the... getting ready to get into the Jeep or whatever the hell it was. To go chasing after Akane. Smack him upside the back of the head and point at Clover. There. That's a better choice. Just go. Maybe you can get her maybe you can stop her from becoming dumb as hell in the future. This is for the best. She won't fry her brain cells on alcohol and drugs, because apparently that's what happened. And you won't waste 40 years on this massive this bitch. Trust me. Just don't even. Just forget about her.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
What am
Quark.
I? Chopped liver?
Yeah.
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. However, we're all sick. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. And she is already Alice is already there, essentially, dude. Just be satisfied. That was an offer for Alice.
Not really my point.
Whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have
I've
10
got
BT.
15
Yeah.
BP. That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
Yes. Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
They hit damn well better. I can time travel now.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
You do not want to betray somebody who can time travel. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. That'd also be hilarious. We leave, but nobody found the key to Kay's armor, so he's just stuck in it the rest of his life. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Phi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. I don't want to bond with any of these people. Which I'd admit would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
Exactly. Sacrifice herself. I didn't agree to be, to go through all this crap. If anybody needs to sacrifice, it's the people who came up with this damn project. Which she did. She did, for the most part, but there were other people that could have as well. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Did it freeze for everybody? Game working for people, or game for okay. I thought you were talking about this. The stream fucked up. Okay. Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Okay.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
All right, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Is this when they find out they are way in the future? I mean, Tenmyoshi knows. But it seems like nobody else has picked up on that. I agree,
the
Michael.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over.
Definitely sounds like it, yeah. Does sound like the announcer's Akane.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Well, Dio's about to find out exactly what that's like. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. Been here many, many times. The whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means if we want to go outside, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. Again, Akane confirmed not 5 minutes ago that everybody in here except for Luna has Radical 6. Yet we only gave the fucking cure to Alice and Quark. So the rest of us still have the bloody disease. The room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
It's been 50 years, dude.
All right.
Tenmyoshi knows exactly what's going on. Honestly, how has this conversation not come up? Alice and Clover now know who Tenmyoshi is. How did it not come up? Dude, you've aged like 50 years in 1 year. That question never came up? Dude, I just saw you a year ago and you looked my age. I mean, no one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and though I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there astonished.
Where the hell? The desert, I guess? I figured that out. I mean, which one?
Well, if you're gonna say this is the Nevada desert, the people who created this have no clue what the Nevada desert actually looks like.
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse. So? Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028.
How about the one after that?
So... Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
Lot longer than that.
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. Has to be a post-apocalyptic world because you can't see the haze of Vegas off in the distance. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, headed for the right edge. What's that?
Moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
You can actually, if you're driving through Nevada at night, you can actually see the lights from Vegas from many, many, many miles away. But no, not any point in the desert, but from quite a few of the points in Nevada. Yeah, if you're driving through at night, you can see it from way the fuck off. The moon's shadow. I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
The hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface.
The hell it is?
We were just inside a moon base.
There is so much wrong with this.
No way. No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal. Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but...
Excuse me?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though.
some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408.
That too, Star, you could fucking jump way higher and you would notice.
That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds.
I am doing my absolute damnedest to not facepalm right now, because I swear to God, if I facepalmed at this point, it would be hard enough that my hand would come out the back of my fucking head.
I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same.
I don't need to give myself a concussion or kill myself face palming, thank you.
So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth.
Uh-huh.
That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6?
We figured it out already, yes.
To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2.
Yeah, they outdid themselves from the first game with that basically ass pull. Uh-huh.
But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Okay. But Phi never questioned it, just like, okay.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29?
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
How the hell you gonna think it's 30, Clover? You know who he is.
Then just what year is this?
Clover gets dumber by the stream.
It's 74. 2074.
How did none of you dumb fuckers guess? Like, even Phi, you had to have guessed. You get a little bit of credit, though, because you didn't know who Tenmyoshi was. You didn't know that just a year ago he looked to be the same age as Clover. So you get a pass. But these two dumbasses on the right here. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
I don't know. This game is playing pretty loose with science as it stands.
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima. I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics.
God damn, Tenmyoji.
But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, Michael. It's like, what now?
Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed. And thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation.
Would we basically be talking about a nuclear winter type scenario with explosions on that level? Not entirely sure the planet would look red.
Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
What dumbass came up with that idea?
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them.
There we go.
The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan.
You don't fucking say, Tenmyoji.
Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. The point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Oh, it wouldn't just last 7 years, but okay.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times.
That's what I was thinking too, Starhor. It's like, wait.
Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have happened during your lifetime, Tenmyoji.
Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? I mean, that's true as well, Dog is happy, yeah. Maybe we can talk about this when we get somewhere with a less temporary oxygen supply. There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074, but why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
Yeah. A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah, what is it?
Figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? The graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
Don't make me solve it, you just do it. What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time. See? You need 6 E's to get that, so they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about.
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from the same time period before it, actually. So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tofui.
The grave, the one in the garden.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah. The rest of the group's gonna be like, why the fuck are you going back in there? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing?
Well, first of all, this place apparently has a shit ton of air, so I'd rather be in here than out there.
Did you forget something?
We're gonna go have a talk with somebody.
Oh.
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane? I'll take that as a yes.
What? So, yeah, he
Let
knew.
me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
You guys saw the ending. You guys saw everything. You guys should be able to call it. Well, at least, what's his name? Sigma should be able to be like, oh yeah, no, he lived here. He pretended Akane was his mom for a while. Yeah.
I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to then.
So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're not... You're serious? What the hell is going on?
Ah, shut up, please. Yes, thank you. Just shut up. Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock. apparently we can open it from this side. So much for the door only being able to open once, huh?
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it.
Okay.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yep. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden. All right, guys, grab a shovel. There's one around here somewhere.
Is Akane really under here?
What
I
should
think
we
so.
do? Are we gonna dig her out?
Nah, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. See the keyhole on the grave? If I just insert this here, I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. That's what I figured.
What is this?
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yes, there was. Dog is happy. There was a keyhole. They mentioned it the first time we clicked on the headstone, but we couldn't figure it out, and they're just like, just leave it be for now. We'll come back later type situation.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. Can we just leave it frozen? Like, yeah, you have the right idea, Michael. You couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
That's Clover for you, Michael.
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. Uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think
we
so.
Gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah, pretty much.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything.
I know your story, dude.
I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one.
Oh, I see.
Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not a...
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake.
So I'm guessing Zero Senior was Santa.
We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential.
Are the triggers coming again, Michael?
With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover.
Oh, thank God.
They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction.
How the fuck did Akane get that kind of authority in 1 year?
You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep.
Oh, okay. In 2028, they already had those pods. Okay.
4 months later, you arrived at this facility.
I mean, that makes sense, obviously. I mean, they had to have been frozen for a while. But still, it's like... It was only a... What the... It was only a year after the last game. So Akane... Okay, whatever. I mean...
The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover?
Yeah, 4 months they had a lunar base owned by Akane, who at this point would be, 20 at the oldest.
I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking, as I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Only her?
Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31.
I mean, I'm not saying I fucking could have done it, but... Yeah. They're...
Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline.
She wasn't. She escaped with Santa. She got out first, like, they imply a couple hours before the rest of us, and we never caught up to them.
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence.
That's another very good question, Stahor. How does Kay know all the alternative timeline events?
Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark.
You best explain why you keep dragging poor Tenmyoji into this damn shit. I think that's maybe what they're saying, Stahor, is Akane predicted or saw all of these events to this degree. So, but yeah, that's the biggest sticking point I have right now is like, there aren't machines that could have done that prime decomposition that fucking Alice did. Or like you guys said, the Golem, Luna. Which basically means Alice wasn't necessary, but okay. Sure.
Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
And he regrets it every goddamn day.
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here.
So you dragged Tenmyoji's ass into another death game to basically be a battery. Okay. Fuck you, Akane.
All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me.
Throw in a calculator instead of Alice? Yeah, pretty much.
I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying you couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you.
Blame it all on stupid and selfish Akane.
I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
And let's be honest, how you described Earth, this base is probably a lot cushier.
What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization.
That's a hell of a trick, right?
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9, hence the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though.
No. Let's look. You guys are answering questions. You fucking answer that question right now, please.
May I proceed?
No one objected. I'm objecting, you bastards. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
Thank you. How has nobody asked that yet?
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who the fuck he is.
Stage 2 is complete. TP00 unlocking.
And now Akane is going to interrupt us and we're not going to get that fucking answer for a while.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
I'd really rather not. Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Fi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah,
All right,
anytime.
here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I want some answers. Ah, there we go. What? Suddenly, my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. Suddenly? You said before! You had all your... Oh, God. The fuck does he mean suddenly? He had all his memories back already. The warehouse of Floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw... my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? Didn't make any sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tubocurarine, and that was the end of that. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
Oh my God,
yes, I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
Didn't we just address this outside, Clover? What fucking year is it?
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover.
Not fucking long enough.
Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. Felt like all the air had been knocked out of me and it was all I could do to not collapse right then and there.
When?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the 3rd AB room and then took Dio's to the 5th. After that, I went into the 1st room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
First of all... No, I'm not getting into it. Nope.
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No, that's nuts.
All right, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then?
Don't complicate matters, Fi. Just let it go.
Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of Soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Lovely person you are.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Hey, come on, what are you guys saying? Right here, same face?
Huh? Huh?
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Oh. Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
Oh, all the comments about us being old. What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. We've been in front of mirrors multiple times throughout these puzzles. You guys, right? We've seen multiple mirrors. One that we were staring directly into to get codes to lockers in the crew quarters. So this is some major bullshit. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Yeah, we're in a facility with many, many, many shiny reflective metal surfaces. Not to mention the water in here. Not to fucking mention a lot of rooms with shiny glass. And mirrors. Many, many mirrors. Quite a few of them were used in puzzles. And slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. I guess this explains why we kept getting our asses kicked. What? No, this can't be real. This face. That's true, that too. He didn't notice his hands.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
I believe it is. I believe that's the case. Dog is happy.
Zero.
Yep.
The mastermind of the AB project is you.
What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No. It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him. His name is Kyle Climb, your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
So we just had a bunch of armor laying around the facility that just came in gradually larger sizes.
It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
But why would future me create a
He
clone?
was to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place. I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin.
Oh, that's right, too. The eye implant. He should have noticed that.
The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch. That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person.
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean...
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028.
Uh-huh.
You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness.
Somebody inhaled fucking something writing this.
From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out.
You regret all of the bathing suit jokes.
Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next?
I
You
stab
reach
you is what I
C,
hope the answer is.
which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You are all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down, so yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
The only person who's eaten anything was Fi when she went into the pantry. On top of that, what about the watches? Oh, our playtime is way past all those numbers.
Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is, Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028, the day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
Oh, Jesus, Dahor. Good lord. So it's rotating.
Rotating, I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path. With one exception.
This line here, point E.
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes, by now you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So, the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve.
Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point. So that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Nice, dog is happy. I agree. What about Phi? Also, if we remove the last 45 years, I guess Quark doesn't exist.
What is that?
He said the point C is January 27th, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon. Yes.
Soon? And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Dio's knife. No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Phi, I screamed and leapt toward them. Akane was already in motion, the knife diving toward Fi's chest. Fi, I think you can take her. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cup, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. Fi's whole purpose is to just be the thing that triggers us. That's gotta suck. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Huh. Wait, what? In the voice acting, it said Akane Kurashiki, 22 years old. We've not heard or spoken to young Akane. Oh, you mean the technically third game, but takes place between this one and the first one? Yeah. Zero Time Dilemma, which I also happen to own now. And after committing this much time to the series, you know I need to finish it. I appreciate that. Dog is happy. You know, I've always laughed at game credits. She had a knife in that hand. Did you see that? Like in that picture, she was coming down at him with a knife. But yeah, one thing that always makes me laugh about these credits is nobody's gonna watch these credits. A new destination has been added to the flow chart. Oh, god damn it. Okay. But yeah, good god. That was just Fi's ending. Anyway, whenever I see game credits, I have to laugh because ain't nobody watching the game credits to hear who was on the sales team, who was on the marketing team, who handled their legal matters. No one gives two shits. The past. Oh, I can't. I actually can't. I actually feel bad for this. But I can't do that. I actually got shit I have to go do. I have to... I've already pushed it past. I should have actually been on my way out by now. So I actually cannot do that one right now. Oh, shit. If it wasn't something important, guys, I would reschedule and we could finish it. But I can't. It's not something I can reschedule. So, next time, yes. And also, there's a very good chance after listening to you guys talk about it, the other stream, I may just have to do Nier next time. Still haven't played it. Want to play it. So, yeah. When we finish this, I may be moving over to Nier. After some Earth Defense Force murdering or some other game that just lets me mindlessly murder shit for at least one stream. But either way, thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you guys next time for some more weird ass shit. Because at this point, good Lord. Nier was tied to Drakengard, wasn't it? Binary domain. Yeah. But yeah, Earth Defense Force is probably the one I'm going to do just because there's no need to pay attention and it gets fucking weird. And weird in a hilarious way. So I think that's the one we're going to try after we finish this. I'm not going to play the whole game. I think it might just be because there's no real story to speak of. It would just be like a palate cleanser. And then jump over to, probably Nier Automata. And I'll probably alternate between Nier and Zero Time Dilemma so we can finish the series. But playing it straight through, I don't know if I can do another one straight through. But yeah, I do have to go. So once again, thank you guys. And I'll see you next time. Hope you guys have a good day.